Hi everyone, Steve here from theturtlefollower.com, and in tonight's video we're going to take a look at a long trade that's setting up in Northrop Grumman. But first, I want to take a quick look at the S&P 500 and go over exactly what's happening as far as why we're getting these wild swings that we've been getting. And if you've been following the markets intraday, you'll know that the market's up. The next 10 minutes it could be down. It's kind of all over the map right now, and the reason for that is we're in a consolidation. All right, we're in an area between right now 1980 and 2060 on the S&P 500 futures, and all the other markets are very similar, but I'm just going to touch on the S&P right now. So the one thing that we talked about in the previous stock market outlook video is the potential for an inverse head and shoulders pattern. Okay, that I still think may be on the table. Even though we had a little bit of a push below the low of the consolidation, all right, that happened today. The other thing I want you to realize is look here at, if we zoom in on this consolidation, let's just make it a little bit bigger so you can see it. There we go. All right, the one thing I want you to notice is we did push below 1980 today, okay? That happened. But look at how quick and how fast the bulls brought it back up. All right, and if we actually adjust this trend line from what we had drawn, you'll see we almost made it perfect. Touch of the trend line, okay? Sorry, it took me a little longer to draw it, but okay, you could see how we just touched that trend line. So what does that mean? I don't know. I'll be flat out. I'm never going to lie to you guys. I don't know what it means right now. All I know is that we're still in this consolidation. Whether we go higher, we go lower, I feel like it's almost a coin flip right now. Ultimately, the longer we stay in the lower end of this consolidation, the more I put the odds that we break down and move lower. If we can get back up to the top and hang out up at the top, say above 2000, 30, then I think we're maybe have a possibility to break out higher. But just understand we are in a consolidation, and that's why we're getting these moves back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now, while the market is pretty much almost on its yearly lows, Northrop Grumman, NOC, is the exact opposite. And we're going to go over a trade in that real quick right now. Let's remove these. Okay. All right, so you'll see Northrop Grumman on the weekly chart. All right, 200-day moving average is trending higher. So the overall trend is higher. We had a breakout from a weekly consolidation, came back, tested, and that really provided the bounce it needed to start really moving higher. Okay, you could see that here. Here's that trend. So we know we want to be long the stock, and now we just have to figure out a good point to get long the stock. And just so you know, these are a bit more aggressive trades than we make in the model portfolio. They are long and short. So, just understand that they are a bit more aggressive than we're taking for portfolio purposes. Ultimately, here's your uptrend in Northrop Grumman. Okay, you could see that here. It came back, bounced along that blue trend line. All right, so that's the longer term trend line. I also think there's a shorter term trend line in play. Okay, and you could see that here. And along that shorter term trend line, we are breaking out of what I'm considering to be a pretty decent consolidation. Okay, you could see we broke out from it on earnings on the 29th, came back, tested it, and then sure enough today ended up closing higher. So if you're going to take this position, I'm personally taking this position in my shorter term account, I'd have your stop right here at 152. So you enter at 159 and your stop is 152. That stop takes you out below this, what I'm considering to be the shorter term trend line. Now, if you want to be in the stock a little bit longer and use it as a little bit of a longer term play, I would bring your stop down a little bit more to this 149 area. All right, and then you'll see the 50-day, and you'll be able to use this longer term trend. So there's two different trades depending on which way you want to play it, both in Northrop Grumman. Really same trade setup either way, but depending on how much room you want to give it, obviously size your positions accordingly. Other than that, that's it for tonight. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer anything that I can. And if you are a member, please get over to the strategy session where we're going to enter another trade in another staple stock tonight. Have a great night, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.